my name is Christine Coffey and I'm from East Lansing, Michigan. I'm here today to tell you why I should be chosen for Electric Forest 2015 Monarch. Last year I came up with a lot of ideas and some of them might not have been as realistic, but I've spent a lot of time thinking about it this year and kind of taking from some of my other experiences to put together what I believe to be a wonderful idea for us to implement in the forest. So one of the things, I've thought about is that every year at Forest we're exposed to incredible art installations that have carefully been put together, far in advance, but what we don't really see is something that's being built the whole time we're there, coming up with an end result by the weekend, and we don't really have a way for forest goers to contribute to that. So what I'd like to do is put together an installation at each stage of Sherwood Court, the ranch, and Tripoli for forest goers to come and create their own art. I believe each stage has its own different feel, so how wonderful would it be to have a different huge board at each stage where people can come and paint and kind of see how the different forms of music at each stage created inspiration for these art collectives that forest goers get to work on together to showcase their skills and abilities and inspire each other and build off of one another throughout the weekend to build something truly amazing. A couple years ago there was Einstein moments where everyone got to come together and bang on a bunch of different sounding things, and by the time everybody was all creating together, it came up with a awesome rhythm and beat that I was just absolutely inspired by. So I was taking from that and how else could we implement this sort of idea, and I think creating an art board at each stage where people can paint together would be a really great way to do so. And what I was thinking is on the other side of this board we could create a space where people can share messages and talk about what they'd like to do before they leave the forest. A couple of weeks ago when I was in Asheville, North Carolina, I had seen this huge board downtown that had said, "What I want to do before I die," with a bunch of spaces. And I was really inspired by this, and the brains of every other person at Forest, there's so many creative and inspiring individuals, so I thought that this would be a great opportunity to share their thoughts with one another. So I was thinking we could divide this side into a couple different spaces, so have kind of a quadrant for what people want to experience before they leave the forest, get them thinking about all the different things they can do while they're there because the opportunities are endless. And then I would like to have another space where people can talk about what they learned from Forest. And I think this is a great opportunity to have people draw on their own experiences from the past years or throughout the weekend and share that with the other people coming up to this board, viewing their other forest goers' experiences and sharing their own, inspiring each other. And then I'd like to have a space where people can talk about just words of wisdom and ideas they'd like to pass along to other people. And we could even use this space as a message board. When I was out at Shambhala last year, they had this huge space as a message board where people could communicate with each other. Being from America, well, the U.S. side of things, my phone didn't even work there, so I thought this message board was a great way to communicate with people. Say you lost someone in your group, go to the message board and say, "Hey, come see me at this stage at blah 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 time, I'll be waiting here." And it's just kind of a good way to communicate with others and disconnect from the other forums such as cell phones and computers, etc., because I feel like the forest creates a more organic form of communication, and I think that's a really great way to build on it and get everyone working together and sharing their ideas. So these are my ideas for the forest this year, and I'd really love the opportunity to implement them. Like I said, I'm local in East Lansing, so I'd be around to help implement these ideas and see them become true possibilities where everyone can contribute and come together, and I think it would be a really great opportunity. And so I would love to be considered for the Monarch this year. Thank you very much.